Hello guys, Mage here. Today I'm bringing you a Fire Mage guide. So, Fire Mage are really simple. So in this guide I'll show you my spec, glyph, gem, enchant, and rotation, and some of the macros that are really useful. So let's start with the spec. Well, it's a usual Fire Mage spec. I'm Icy Falls. I like to reduce the cooldown on my Frost, Snow, and Concold, but you could, if you want, just to increase your fire damage and set one or fire power, but I shouldn't recommend that. So nothing special. Glyphs, Pyroblast, Living Bomb, and Molten Armor are my prime glyphs. Frost Nova, Dragon Blades, and Evacuation are my Mayor, and Minior are Image, Snowfall, and Conjuring. Okay, so let's go on gear. Head item: Reforged Mastery to crit. Enchant is 60 intellect and 35 resilience, and meta gem 54 critical strike rating and increased critical effect, 35 intellect, and I get second bonus. So neck, you should use that one, I think, for spell penetration. I forgot. Just my mouse slipped and I bought the wrong one, and I was so nervous, and never mind. Shoulders. Reforged Mastery to crit, 50 intellect and 25 resilience is ancient, and the gem is 18 intellect and 17 critical strike rating. Cloak. Lightweight embroidery, ancient. Chest. 40 resilience rating, 35 intellect and 18 intellect and 17 crit. And nothing reforged, because we don't want to reforge crit. Wrist. Mastery reforged to crit, and ancient is critical strike rating. Beak of Drug Doom and Blood Tasting Gliders. And again, why I use main hand and offhand and not two hand staff? Because when you have main hand and offhand, it gives the stats same as two hand staff, but you don't have you have just one ancient power torrent on the two hand staff, and you don't have, so basically we get only 14 intellect more. Corliss Baton. My wand, I reforged master to crit. Hands. Mastery rating for ancient, and I reforged a little bit of a crit hit, so cause I had it about 5%. Yeah, hit mustn't be under 4. Watch out, will reforging. And socket is 35 intellect. Waist. Enchant I used to get a socket one. Legs. 95 intellect and 80 stamina. Also socket 35 intellect and 40 hit rating. And feet are reforged. Mastery to crit, and ancient 35 mastery and minor. Mastery cap I recommend not under 10, but yeah, you could. 9 is minimum. Fingers are both giving me crit. Just one is less power, cause one is Wishish, one is Bloodthirster, and we use Bloodthirster Gladiators badge of dominance, so increase our spell power while we are bursting with combustion, and turn also brewing dark, increase our mastery, and that mastery I reforged it to crit, so it gives us like one of the fingers crit. But otherwise, Tendrils of Brewing Dark, you could use Dark Mooncarved Volcano, it's better than this one. So, rotation. Before rotation, I'll show you some of the macros. Macro. So, those are my macros. I use combustion. It's simple combustion bursting macro. Shoot to tip combustion. Use Bloodthirster badge of dominance. Cast combustion, and in party and raid say bursting. Counter spell healer. So I use this macro to counter spell healer. For example, I am DPSing this one, and I'll counterspell my focused, and without losing this target. So that's really helpful macro. stop casting counter spell, yeah, it's also one typical macro. Dragon Breath. Stop cast, short ulti, Dragon Breath. Stop casting, for example, you're killed DPS and you're going healer. Healer is casting something and you just stop casting and disorient him. Yeah, polymorph, same as counter spell for the target without stop casting, and pyroblast. Yeah, you use this pyroblast macro without, just don't use the one from the spellbook, use the macro. So let's go into rotation. There are two ways of rotation. So you polymorph the target. Okay, imagine this one is polymorphed. Cast the Ring of Frost. Okay, so he's Ring Frosted. You go Pyroblast, Combustion, Living Bomb, and just spam the Scorch, and you'll proc on the Pyro and always be near the target, so and Frost No Wait or Conk Hold, do a terror. And there is one more way of rotation. So this is called Dragon Breath rotation. So you come to the target, Dragon Breath it, and cast Pyro on it. Then Combustion, Living Bomb, and Pyroblast. And always be near, so Frost No White. And so as you can see, the Fire Mage is pretty simple and doing awesome damage. So you can counter spell after Combustion, so they won't have chance to do anything while you're bursting it. So he won't have chance to repotence you. For example, it's Paladin and he can, for that time, repotence you and heal it himself. So this should be it for today. As you can see, this Fire Mage aren't special, aren't hard, and doing really good damage. So thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, share, do whatever. So see ya, guys.